Good morning, everyone. There is a reason why I'm saying good morning from my bedroom. And that's because my daughter came to mow the lawn. Yeah, my daughter, who usually sleeps in, did not sleep in. And she got here before I was even dressed. So yeah, I have my granddaughter Jessica plus my other two grandchildren, Kaylee and Kyle here, and they're in the living room watching cartoons. And yeah, so my husband's in the study and he is preparing his message for this coming Sunday, so that delegated me to the bedroom. Anyways, I hope that you want to stick around for a little bit of my day. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I will talk to all of you in just a little while. Hello again, everyone. Wow, it was a busy and hectic morning and early afternoon with all the grandkids here, and then my daughter, and then my son ended up coming and picking up Jessica, and yeah, just a big house full, which is always a blessing. But anyways, after everybody left, I decided that it would be nice if Rick and I went out and just got a bite to eat. We have not been out at all since he broke his leg. So it's been weeks and weeks. And so I ended up going to a little Mexican restaurant, and we each had fajitas, and I love fajitas. So that was a real blessing. But I did want to show you what I got delivered to me through Amazon. And that is, yeah, I wanted one of these. And before I show it to you, I'm going to explain something. Last year, we as a family all got together and we made salsa. And I had never used this type of a food strainer before. In fact, I had never used a food strainer before. But anyways, besides that, it was really easy and I was really impressed. But I failed to get the information on what the name of it was or anything. And it was the end of the year and I just really didn't think that that I would totally forget. Let's put it that way. So this year, when I thought about, I'm going to need one of those. Yeah, I couldn't remember what the name of it was. And the problem is that I didn't know whose it was either. Because it wasn't just family there, it was also Marika's mom and that was there. We were just, lots of us were doing it, right? So I thought, oh, well, when I see her, I'll ask her. Well, then Candy at Jessie James Homestead started talking about the food strainer. And I thought, oh, that's the one that we use. That's the one that works so well. Because see, I do have the attachment to my KitchenAid stand mixer, but it's not for salsas. That's just for sauce. So yeah, I went ahead and I ordered myself the Sauce Master food strainer. And I ended up then also getting, well, of course, had to get the salsa screen. That was the whole purpose of me ordering it in the first place, right? And then I decided, oh, well, you know what? Pumpkin screen would be good also, right? And then I saw, a berry screen. Yay. Yeah, what can I say? I ordered all of them. But I also wanted to get something because I'm trying to get away from using so much plastic. So I ordered myself one of these that are stainless steel instead of plastic. So I'm really happy with that. But the other thing that I've really always wanted was, this is going to be silly, but a food ladle that has the pour spout that measures 1 cup. Yeah. Last year I saw that Candy had one of those too. My husband said to me that, you know what? you got to really stop getting all this stuff that you see other people have. I said, well, it's not so much that I want the stuff other people have. It's just that all the stuff that Candy at Jessie James Homestead has, I want. Anyways, just a big old shout out to you, Candy, because yeah, I happen to love this stuff. Anyways, I hope everybody's had a really good day. It looks like it's going to rain here. It's getting dark, and yeah, it's only 4:30 in the afternoon. So anyways, I'll talk to you in just a little while. For today's devotion, we will be reading 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 13. Therefore, prepare your minds for action. Keep sober in spirit. Fix your hope completely on the grace to be brought to you at the revelation of Jesus Christ. 1 Peter is a book of hope. And although suffering is spoken about throughout this epistle, hope is its most noticeable emphasis. Hope gives believers encouragement in the midst of the trials and the tribulations of this life. Hope helps us to keep our focus on the blessings that await us in heaven. And because of that, I want to give a short outline of chapter 1. You see, verses 1 and 2 of this chapter are an introductory. They identify the author and who he's writing to. Then in verse 3, Peter begins his case. And verses 3 through 12 form the first part of Peter's case. They are about the future, about our Christian hope. And there is good reason for our hope. Verse 3 tells us of God's great mercy that has caused us to be born again to a living hope. Verse 4, we have been born again to obtain an inheritance reserved in heaven for us. Verse 5, we are being protected for a salvation ready to be revealed in the last time. Verse 7, we presently suffer trials and testings so that our faith may be tested and proven to result in the praise and the glory and the honor at the revelation of Jesus Christ. And verse 9, we are obtaining as the outcome of our faith the salvation of our souls. Then verses 10 to 12 point not to the future, but to the past. Peter argues that the Old Testament prophets ministered in the past, but they foretold of a future salvation, the salvation presently being proclaimed among men. Like us, they learned they must live their lives, which included much suffering, in the light of the final outcome of their faith. The salvation God would bring about in Christ. This salvation is so wonderful that even the angels are interested as they observe, waiting to see this salvation come to pass. Which leads us to our verse for today, verse 13. Therefore, prepare your minds for action, keep sober in spirit, fix your hope completely on the grace to be brought to you at the revelation of Jesus Christ. And this verse consists of 3 parts. The first part of our verse tells us to prepare our minds. That means to focus your mind to do something, to be active, serving and working. Much like we prepare to go on a vacation or to prepare for a party. Now, the second part says, and being sober. This implies alertness and evaluating things correctly because you can see clearly. Your mind is not numb with enticing influences. Then the third part says we are to fix your hope completely. In other words, hope fully. This hope is an experience of the soul, and Peter is commanding us to experience hope. Then, lastly, Peter tells us what the object of our hope is and what it is that we are hoping in, namely, the grace of God. Fix your hope completely on the grace to be brought to you at the revelation of Jesus Christ. When Jesus comes back, he is bringing grace to the people of God. And with that, I want to remind you, life happens. Let's enjoy it because grace is on the way. Hope in it. Hope in it fully. Always hope fully in God's grace. God bless, and I will talk to you tomorrow.